Welcome to the Romantic period. Ba, 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 bum. The dates are 1825 to 1900, clearly. A quick overview for you. Remember, we're going to go through Romantic zippy. Yes, we finished the classical because we're racing through at the end of the semester here because we want to get to American popular music, right? So we're still through like art music, per se, art music being like the academic stuff. So we're moving through it quickly. We're still in Europe, even though America has been established. We're going to learn about women's role in music more so, and conductors, and a couple more composer biographies. Then that stuff is typical musical characteristics and romantic life and society. So in the music industry of the Romantic period, make sure you listen carefully because the answers are not on the slides. Conservatory is a school for music. That is the definition. It says women there because it's more often that a woman would be allowed to attend a conservatory. So a conservatory is where you could learn how to play, where you could learn how to compose. More importantly, there are much larger orchestras, better instruments, and more of them. Take a look at this real quick. It is Verdi's Requiem. Couple things to see here. There is a bunch of people on stage. A billion. Way more than Beethoven would ever have planned for, or Mozart, definitely. Or Bach. Bach probably would have thought that this was super extra. And the funny thing about this piece is a giant drum right here. So giant that you can see it probably from outer space. That's also a very famous piece that you might have heard. Just to give you an example of that, we have Mozart's 25th Symphony. It has about that many instruments, right? You just kind of glance over those. 2 bassoons, 4 horns, a couple trumpets. Oh, here's a romantic piece. Berlioz's Requiem. 4 brass choirs. Look at this. 12 horns, 16 timpani. Timpani is those like giant drums. Boom, boom, boom. Pretty insane. So this is what Berlioz's Requiem, which we know is a death mass, calls for. Let's learn about Fanny Mendelssohn. Hensel is her married name. Yes, and I know she has a funny name. But take a note of her dates, please. Take a note of where she was born. And she's a piano virtuoso, like many of the composers that we learn about. It's important that she is the sister of another composer, Felix Mendelssohn. So Miss Hensel showed exceptional talent at a young age, like many of our composers do. They're child prodigies. Think to yourself, why does this person only have one piece with full orchestra? The rest of them are like little dainty solo piano pieces, or only works for a small group of people, only things that could be performed in your parlor, in your home, instead of on the grand concert stage, like her brother was allowed to. She was an active musician, but not allowed to pursue a professional career, and unfortunately, a lot of her work has to be passed off as her brother's name, just so that it can be released out there. Now, Felix Mendelssohn had the opposite career, right? A piano virtuoso and also a conductor, those people that wear a tux and wave their arms in front of the group, right? They're like the leaders of the orchestra. He was similar to his sister, a child prodigy, but of course he gets to write symphonies and overtures and things for a giant orchestra and get to be on stage famous and in the spotlight. And he began this thing called Leipzig Conservatory in 1843, and that, of course, is a school for music in Leipzig, which is somewhere in Germany. That's where we're going to stop today.